Good day. I am presenting to you our utilities consumption monitoring for BA Lepanto Condominium Corporation as part of our project proposal in software engineering. You are seeing the login page of our system, but we are going to register first because we don't have any information yet inside. So to register, just fill up your first name, your last name, and your username, then a password. So our password is 1111. Then click on register. Then it will bring you back again to this login page. Then password is 1111. Then log in. So the first login of this system is the main admin. So I am the main admin of this page, of this system. So I am logged in as the main admin. So as you can see, it has nothing. So this part will show you the water and electricity graph, and this part will show you the water graph, and the last part is the electric graph. So this is the index page wherein you will able to see the graphs for your consumptions. Then on the left side we have the navigation bars. Then you simply click this thing, then you'll able to see other options, navigate on our system. Then it has dashboard, it has input, it has a profile. So the dashboard contains the reading graph reports. So the reading graph reports is the main page, and the generate reports, this is the page wherein you can navigate to any of your utilities type consumptions. Then it will graph the consumptions you wanted to see. For example, you wanted to see the consumption for the electricity, or you wanted to see the consumption of the water. So you'll just going to choose whatever utility type that is. Then the consumption, the total consumption will show up here, and the graphs will show up here. Then you can generate a PDF file for that by clicking the generate PDF. So we have inputs. On our inputs, we have building information, we have job position, we have sub-meter, tenants, personnel, utilities type, utilities reading. So building information contains the building name, building number, just basically the information about the building. So it has nothing, but we're going to fill up that later. So job position, we have admin. This is us. So the first login of this system is the main admin. Then the next login, you cannot able to see any of this thing except for the main admin. So as part of security, and the submeter, we don't have any inputs for the submeter type. Then the tenants, so this part will show you up all the tenants, and you can add up, edit, and that's it. You can add a lot of tenants information. Then the personnel, this is the one who reads the consumptions. For example, the electrician, the the aircon technician. Then the utilities type. In this part, you can add whatever utilities type you wanted. For example, water, electricity, utilities reading. This part will show you up. You can add. This is the part where the electrician will do the job, or any of the personnel assigned to this thing. So profile, we have account settings. On our account setting, we can update our profile. We can view our profile. We can add photo to our profile on this part. Our profile information, our login information, we can change that. So on this part, we are going to update our profile information. As you can see, viewing our profile, it shows us just our first name, middle name, last name, and our position, our job position. We are the admin, and we don't have any pictures, so we're going to add up profile information. I'm going to choose a file. So I'm using my photo, and I can edit. So just click on this. I have an information here. So I will never going to change my login information, but I will show you how to change the login information by clicking on this thing. So it shows you your username, your user ID. So you can reset your password if you wanted to change, but we are not going through that. Then save changes. As you can see, it successfully updated, and we are going to look at our profile. So view profile. So the main admin is me, and that's it. So we are going now to input the building information. I'm going to fill up all of this thing. So the building information is BA Lepanto. Corporation. Building number is 8747. Street is Paseo de Rojas. Barangay Bel Air, City of Makati. Then click on save. Then it's save. So our building information is BA Lepanto Condominium Corporation, 8747, Paseo de Rojas, Bel Air. You can edit this thing if you wanted to by clicking on this button. Then it gives you the data. We're never going to do that now. Job position. So we are going to add a job position. For example, electrician, because they are the main personnel who reads the consumptions of the utility. Then click on add. So it add. You can also edit this thing by clicking on edit. Clicking on edit, so it gives you the data to edit, and if you don't want to edit that, you can cancel. And submitter, we have digital submitter, so we can add. Then we have analog, can add. So we have two meter reader types. So we have digital and we have analog. So for the tenants, we are going to add a record for a tenant's information. So the company name is, for example, Sun Life Financial. Floor number, second floor, floor type, tenants. Then meter reader, they are using digital. Then save, so it adds up here at the bottom. As you can see, you can edit this thing, so it gives you the data. You can delete and you can cancel. So for the personnel, we are going to add a new personnel. This is the one who reads the consumption of the utility. So I'm going to choose my photo again, for example, just for an example purposes. So this, I'm using that. So first name is Bernard. Personnel. Last name, Balansa. Address information, so basement 2, basement 1, 8747. Paseo de Rojas. Subdivision. Then the city is Makati. And I am going to choose a job position of electrician. So then click on save. After you save, it prompts you that the record is successfully added. So to show up here all the personnel, but I only added one. You can view them all, and you can view their information by clicking on this, then click on this button, view. So you can edit, you can delete a personnel. So that's it. So we are not going to edit and delete that, and close. Utilities type, this is the part wherein we are going to input our utility type. For example, water, and then the provider is Maynilad. Mostly naman kasi ganun. So save. Then we're going to add up again. So electricity, ang provider niya is si Meralco, because we are in Manila. So save. So as you can see, we have utility types of water and electricity. The provider is Maynilad and Meralco. So we are done. We are done on this part. So we are now going to input the reading. So we'll choose water first, then the name of the personnel who reads, the tenants, then the date. We'll start at March 1. Start at March 1, 2020. So the current reading for the water is 100, for example, or 100, and then we can add notes to it. so starting. Then click on save, so it shows you your current added records. Then review them. So here is the page where you can read them. You can choose whether electricity or water. So for electricity we don't have any, so for the water we have one. Then click on close. So we're going to add up again another record for the water. Then choose a tenant, and the date is March 2. So we are going to input a record until the end of the week of this March. Then current reading is, for example, goes higher, so 300. You can add note, but we are not going to add note again. Save. So added the records is 200. You can view them. So the reading report for January 1, we have current reading of 100, and our previous reading is 100, and our current reading is 300. So it gives us a total of 200 for total consumptions on this date, March 1, 2020. Then click on close. We are going to add up again. Water, personnel, then Sun Life, then March 3, then we'll do it to 600. So add notes, medyo tumaas. And click on save. So as you can see, it added the record. Then viewing them, so we have a current reading of 600, then the previous reading is 300. So that's it. This is our total consumption for this date, March 2. So close. We are going to add up again. So water, personnel, tenants, then date is March 4. So this is the latest. So 800. We are not going to add note. So save. So view 800. So we can edit. You can also edit this information, and it will retotal again all the consumptions if you are going to edit. So if you are going to edit this part, which is the middle part or the second day, so it will edit all the consumptions. So it has a process inside. Then close, utilities type, March 5. So we have 1000. And save. So it's add water, Sun Life, March 6. So 6 is, for example, it goes higher. We have 2000. Save. Then we're going to add up again a last record. So for water, we have March 7. So we have 3000. So the last record is higher. This is the last record. Then click on save. So it's saved. Then viewing all. So we have reading on March 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and March 7. So the total consumption for March 1 is 200. March 2, 300 are total consumptions. And on March 3, we have 200 total consumption. March 4, we have 200. March 3, we have 1000. March 6, we have 1000 also. So March 7, we don't have total consumption yet because we don't have any current reading inputs yet. So this is an ongoing input. So this is the process. So if you are going to change, for example, this, you change this, for example, this, and you can view the information about this reading by clicking on this button. So going back, you can edit also this reading information, which is this date. So March 5, 2020, we have a reading of 1000. So the total consumption is 1000. So we can edit this thing by clicking on the inputs on the fields and click on view. So it gives us the record information. So this is the one who reads the data, who inputs the data. So this is his picture, and this is the company. This is the current reading, the reading information, the previous reading, and the total reading. So you can edit. So previous reading is 3000. So we are going to edit this. We'll go with more higher. For example, 4000 current reading. So for March 5, 2020, better. And then somehow edited. Save edit. So it prompts us a text where we have successfully edited the record, and I can click on view. So this is the newly edited information. This reading, view all. So we have edited the record for March 5. So we have 4000. That's it. So our previous reading is 800. Then our current reading is 4000. Then it gives us the reading of 3200 for this. We have a higher reading on this part. So then this part, the current reading is 200. Then gives us a negative. So be careful on inputting a record because the previous reading must not be higher, must not be greater than the current reading. that's why we have negative 200 total consumption. So on a real world, so we must not have a negative value, because the reading should be just right. So the current reading must always be higher other than the previous reading. So on this case, we have a higher previous reading and a lower value for current reading. So we are going to edit this thing. So click on view. Then we have this is the information. So we are going to edit. For example, our previous reading is 800. So we are going to do 850 reading. So save. Edited successfully. And view all. So March 5 we have 850, so it brings back again to normal. So 850, our current and our previous is 800, then it gives us a total of 50 total consumption. So medyo bumaba on this part. Siguro nagtipid sila, so they have only consumed 50. So 850 the current record. So March 6, so it basically recompute again everything. So if you are going to change the record for March 4, it will recompute all of this. So just be careful on editing. Then we have an input for water. We can add we are going to add up again another record for the utilities consumption type electricity. So going back again, so this part we are done on inputting a record for our utilities type water. So we are going to input a record for our electricity. Then we have just only one personnel who reads, but we can add up many personnel, so we can have a lot of person to choose from. So on this day, we'll start at March 1 again up to 7. Then we have a current reading of, for example, 1000 or 500 as a starting. So previous reading is 0, and then the notes we can add starting record for electricity, then save. So we're done. We have saved the electricity consumption, then utilities type, electricity, personnel, company, then March 2, then current reading is, for example, 1500. Then we can add notes, but we are not going to add notes to that. Then save. So it's saved. Then the same process on the water. So it computes the consumption. Then electricity, sunlight financial. So on March 3, current reading is 2500. So it add electricity, personnel, tenants, and then on March 3, no, March 4, then we have, for example, gives us a higher reading. For example, medyo tumaas. Click on save. So it's saved. So we're going to add up again. You know the process. The same goes with water. So the latest is March 4. Then we're going to add a record for March 5. For example, 12,000. And add notes. Tumaas talaga. Grabe. So that's it. That is how you add an information about reading. So personnel, we'll do it for 1 week. So the latest is March 5. So then 15,000. Tumaas na. Tumaas na siya. Save. So it gives us current added records. So March 7. This is the last day. So current reading is, for example, 20,000. So my last reading, current reading information, then you click on save. So we're going to view them. So this is the water consumption and this is the electricity consumption. So March 1 we have 500, March 2 1,500 kilowatt hour. So reading report for March 3 is 2,500 kilowatt hour, 8,000 kilowatt hour for March 4, 12,000 kilowatt hour for March 5, it is 15,000 kilowatt hour for March 6, then 20,000 for the last record. So the total consumption for March 1 is 1,000. The total consumption for March 2 is 1,000 also. Then total consumption for March 3 is 5,500. Wow, it gives us a higher consumption. So medyo tumaas talaga. Then our total consumption for March 4 is 4,000 kilowatt hour. So for March 5 we have 3,000. Then for March 6 we have 5,000. Then this is the last record, so we don't have any total consumption yet. So that is how you input a record for your consumption. So on the next part I am going to show you how to print a PDF file on this system with these inputs, this data, and we're going to take a look at the graphs of the reports. So going back again, so we are done here. So we're going to take a look at the graph reports for the inputs that we have just did, and this is the reports for the consumptions. So the orange line here is our electricity. So this is the electricity. So as you can see on the starting this is the starting. So the starting graph is, we have, I don't know what, so it is on the field of 200, then it goes higher up to this point, then is medyo bumaba, and then bumaba, and then tumaas ulit onte, then the last record is this. So for the water, we have just a consumption, a little consumption, total consumption. So this is the water graphs. So the water graphs, this is the starting, we have 200, then the second day is 300, so 300, and then the third day is 200, then the fourth day it falls down up to 50, then on the fifth day it rises up to 1150. That is a higher consumption, and it falls down again a little. On the sixth day we have 1000, then the current is 0. Then on the electricity, we have a starting of 1000, second day 1000, so, and then the third day is 5500, so it goes higher. Then the fourth day is 4000, then the fifth day it gives us 3000, then the sixth day gives us 500. Then this is the current. So this is the consumption monitoring graph. You can monitor your consumptions. So we are done on that part. So we're going to here, wherein you can generate a PDF file for our consumption. So we are going to start now on printing a PDF file report for our graphs. Going to dashboard, generate reports. So it gives us the report for water. So this is the reading date, the meter reading, then the consumption. So for water, this is the water consumption. So it gives us this kind of graph. We have date and time. So this is just our consumption. So if you wanted to generate a PDF file report for this consumption report, just click on refresh, or select the type of utility you've wanted to see. Then so for electricity, this is the graph. It actually rises up to here, then it goes up here, falls down here. So on the water, this is our graph. So we are going to generate a PDF file for this, and then by clicking on this button, generate PDF. So click. Prompts us a message wherein we successfully generated a PDF file report for our water consumption. So to view them, so this is the PDF file we have just created. Gives us this kind of report. So as you can see, this is our meter reader, our consumption for this, the date, the time. So that's it. So this is the graph. this is the system who that provides us the PDF file, and this is the file that it gives to us. So it generates a PDF file, so we can print this and then submit it to anyone else who wanted to see it. For those people who are concerned about this, then that's it. We can log out. So logging out, just click on log out, then username if you wanted to log in again, Bernard, and then the password is 1111. Sorry, log in. So it brings us back again to the page, to the system. So log out, and gives us the report. So you're done, guys. Thank you for watching our presentation, and that's it.